Good morning. Today is Saturday, July 2nd. I just came from outside doing a video on the squirrel and other stuff. And I did say yesterday in the video that I was going to do a couple of videos on some things that I wanted to talk about. One of them is regarding gardening grapes, but I have some other stuff I want to talk about. So, as you guys know, I've said it many times, I am a California notary public. Just a minute. I'm eating oatmeal with strawberries and walnuts. And I had a customer, a potential customer, text me a few months back, wanting to get something notarized, saying their husband was in the hospital. I'm going to tell you right now, I am very leery about doing, just a moment. Sorry. I get very leery about doing hospital notarizations. And let me tell you why. Because a lot of people's family members are probably there about to die, and they need their signature or something important, and they may be incapacitated or not coherent or not, and they're trying to make them sign something. And they need to be knowledgeable that they're putting their signature on something. So I am very careful. I don't think I've still ever gone to a hospital to notarize anything. If I see anything fishy, I will close that notary book. I will pack up my documents, and I'm gonna refuse to do it. So this person contacted me a few months back. Husband was in the hospital. Seemed like a nice person. I was gonna do it, but then she canceled. We couldn't get scheduled together. So push forward. Today's Saturday. Thursday. And she contacts me and she was like, hey, can you notarize a power of attorney? Yeah, I can notarize a power of attorney. My husband's in the hospital again. Okay, so your husband's in a hospital. My first thing was, is he lucid? Is he coherent? Does he understand? And she said, well, he's in and out. She said, I can leave the documents at my house. You could pick, this is what she said in text. I could leave the documents at my house. You could pick them up. I was like, no, I can't do that. I need yours and his ID. I said he needs to be aware that you're doing his power of attorney for him. So she said, can I call you? Sure, you can call me. And so we talked, and she said he walked into the hospital fine, and now he's just not lucid. And I was like, I'm so sorry, because I do feel for people. I have a father with dementia. You guys know my father went missing. He ran away from home, and we found him. So I get it. I've had, my great-grandfather had Alzheimer's. I found out I have another aunt that has Alzheimer's. So it runs in my family, or dementia. So it happens. And she said he's in and out. I said, well, are there periods of time where he does understand? And she goes, sometimes, yes. I go, no, she said she didn't understand. And I said, is he sundowning? Because a lot of times what happens when people have Alzheimer's or dementia or whatever the title is, they would do what you call sundowning, where they start losing memories and doing weird stuff or whatever at night. That's why you call it sundowning. And she says, oh yeah. And she says, I just have to go and see how he is. So then she said she printed out the document and she had 2 witnesses on it. Well, witnesses do. And I said, well, let me verify that I'm telling you the correct information. So in the state of California, I don't know how it is for other states, but in the state of California, you use subscribing witnesses or witnesses for notaries when the main person does not have a valuable ID, or if the person cannot be there but they are aware and others are signing on behalf of them. There's nothing that I saw that it is okay to have witnesses to do these this power to sign up, especially a power of attorney for a person that's not coherent. And so I sent her the information so that she can see. So I said, why don't you go this, she said, well, I'm going to go this morning and see how he's doing. And then I'll let you know, because I told her, I said I had the whole day off. I did end up I forgot I had an appointment around 5:30, met one of my friends, helped them out with their resume. I said, so I have to leave my house by 4 p.m. I said, but let me know. So she got back to me around 12. She said when she got there, they had took him in for an MRI and they had to sedate him, which lets me know he was not in the right frame of mind, because she was like, I'm your wife. He was like, I don't know you. That's your sister. I don't know you. So you see, I cannot notarize the document. And I'm telling you this story to tell everyone, especially Black people, get your business in order. Get your trust, get your insurance, get your power of attorneys, get your documentation in order. As a Jehovah's Witness, I have to have my blood card because we don't do blood or certain blood products. Okay? I'm not going to get into that, but we don't do certain things. I have a trust. I do have a trust in line. I do have life insurance policies. My mother has life insurance policies, and she was looking at one the other day because she just doesn't want to, if she leaves this earth and goes to glory, she don't want to leave me hanging. I know it's hard to talk about death and other things, but you may not be dying. You might just be incapacitated in a self-induced coma for a decade. And somebody needs to be in charge of your stuff. Get your things in line. I know it's hard for people to talk about this. Get it in line, because now look where this person is, and my heart goes out to them, but I cannot go to that hospital and do a notarization and this person is not lucid. I can go to jail. I can be fined, but most likely something like that, I could go to jail. I could be fined for backdating a notarization in my book. If the government feels that something wasn't right with this transaction, they will ask for my log. They will dig into everything. This is why notaries have to have bonding and errors and omissions insurance, and I will be in trouble. And I was telling my mom yesterday, she was like, let me tell you, I looked at her and said, you ain't got to tell me. I've been a notary for over 20 years. I get recertified every 4 years. I'm not trying to go to jail for nobody. None. Had a situation where I had to notarize some documents for a person that is incarcerated. And so they didn't have their ID. But you know what I had? I had their booking number. I had their name. I had the time. I was putting all kind of stuff in that book. Because when they'd be like, why did you notarize this? They needed this notarized for power of attorney. So yada, yada, yada could happen. I was putting down all kind of stuff, and I did it twice. The second time, their spouse had their ID. I had the ID, and I still put their booking number. I put everything in there in case my journal is ever called to question. I gotta take another bite of food. Sorry, y'all. Years ago, when my grandfather passed away, most of my mother's siblings have all passed. My mother's the oldest of 6. She only has 1 left. My aunt, may she rest her peace, called me and said, Precious, can you notarize a document for us? Yeah, I can notarize a document. And that's another thing. When you're a notary, you cannot have any benefit or financial gain or whatever for a transaction you're doing for a family member. So be very careful of that. And I guess they were trying to get my grandfather's last check or whatever. And she was like, oh, can you date it for this day? I was like, no. Let me tell you something. If you have a family member that's a notary, don't you ever in your life put them or even ask them for a situation like that can affect their future. If I would have notarized that document, I would have been in so much trouble. Plus, it's my family. They would have put me in jail. That would have affected my future. Companies would not have been able to trust me. Don't do it. Don't ask anyone to do it. It's not right. It's not fair. And do you think if I would have notarized that document and something happened, my broke family would have had my back? No. They'd be like, well, yeah, you know, I don't know what to say, but you asked me to do it, and then I would have been dumb enough to do it. Don't do that. Get it together. Talk about it. Get your documents in order. Because when that person becomes mentally not there, or heaven forbid, physically gone from this earth, it is too late. Right now, I am trying to search because I have 3 brothers. I have one, we have the same mother, the one I was raised in a household with, and I have 2 others. We all have the same dad, different moms. Pops was a Rolling Stone, okay? And my brother that is Lucent, that's married, he takes really good care of my dad, checks him on him once a week. Then we have a brother out there that I cannot find. This brother is 3 years younger than me. If anybody's watching this video, his name is John Carter Jr. We are looking for him before my father leaves this earth because my brother was born with mental disabilities. I took my brother, the one that's Lucent, the one that's grown and married, I'm the oldest, took him to an elderly law attorney twice. And we got what we need to do. My dad just have a will, but we're trying to find my brother so that way when my father goes to glory, we know that he can be on my dad's Social Security. My brother's mother is dead. His mother died before his grandmother did. Now his grandmother's dead. We don't know where he is. I think he was either in the state of Alabama, Louisiana. I have to do so much research. As you guys know, I have my own mother I have to deal with. I had a brother who had a major heart attack. He's doing good. I don't have to worry about him too much. I have a household I have to take care of. I have a rental property. My brother is married. He has his wife. He has his mother. And he's handling my father. That is a lot to deal with. So as time permits, I'm trying to look. I'm probably going to have to hire a private investigator with money I really don't have right now to go find my brother. And I'm trying to do it before my dad leaves the earth. My dad, for my brother, told me because I call and check up. And I would like to go visit him. I need to talk to my brother about go visiting him, saying that now he's not mobile the way he used to be. So time is ticking. And this is something, the situation, not only that, my brother's dealing with my father's property, which is now rental property. So this is something we're dealing with that is unexpected. I don't think my brother was ready to deal with the situation, but he's handling it very well, and I'm very proud of him. And I wish that I could do more. But we both got our own things. But I told him, I said, I will take care of the John situation, which I am. Get your business in order. Get your business in order. Get it in order. I cannot emphasize that. So now this woman's at the hospital dealing with her husband, who is not lucid, and she doesn't have power of attorney over him. And she said, is there anything? I said, he is the one who has to authorize you to take over all his stuff. And I'm thinking, if he walked in there lucid, why didn't you call me sooner when you contacted me the first time? You could have got this taken care of. Take care of your business. And I know sometimes the way our economics is right now, I know everybody is busy, but sometimes you got to take 5 minutes and take care of business. I had to take 5 minutes yesterday. I almost forgot. Let me tell you this. I had to get a new property management company because the previous one I had has gone downhill. I wouldn't get my rent money. The renter would pay, my tenant would pay on no later than the 3rd of the month. Just a moment. No later than the 3rd of the month. They will get their cut of the money by like the 7th. They wouldn't give me my money till like the 15th. Now, when I first started, I would get my money by the 5th, 6th, pushing it to the 10th. I have a mortgage on that condo. It's not a big mortgage. I'll be okay, but I have a mortgage on that condo. I got an HOA on that condo. I got bills to pay on that condo. I'm the type of person, I like to pay my bills on time. So now you're affecting my bills. Bills coming in, I'm thinking the money's going to be in my account. I'm overdrawn, and I'm overdrawn a lot now. And it just dominoes effects. And it spirals out of control. And it keeps doing it. Talking to the guy. And I've had some other issues. I had a pest problem at the condo. Dealing with that. Fix that. And I'm talking to the guy from the property management. He was like, well, they processed it on the 9th and it's going to take 3 to 5 business days. He didn't care. And I said, okay. So I got real quiet. Got my money. And that weekend, I was calling property management companies. When do you pay? When do you pay? When do you pay? One told me straight out, he said, a lot of times it could be by the 15th. And I said, that's not okay. I said, because think about it, by the 15th, your finance companies are already generating late fees. I don't want to pay extra on stuff. I don't want to pay extra. So now your mortgage company is generating late fees. Late fees are coming up. Late fees are coming up on the HOA. They're coming. I said, and it was a good company. A lot of people use it, but I said no. Then I called another company, and it just, it didn't sound right to me. She was like, yeah, they can either mail their payment or they can bring it in. And I'm like, you don't have a tenant portal for them to make their payment. We're living in the technology age. Come on now. Come up to the technology age. Even I use Zelle. I don't like it, but I use it. I have Cash App. I have Venmo. I have Zelle because I'm a notary. And I understand people are hurting for money. I've even told people, even though it's like $15 per notarized name on a page, I told people you could write me a postage check if you don't have the money in your account right now. And they're like, no, I have $15, no problem. But that's how I feel. I want to get that. I'm going to work with you. So there's no reason for them to be paying me late and not, even give us a notice. Hey, this is the way things are structured. If your tenant pays by this day, you're going to get paid by the 15th. Cool. Let me structure my stuff. So I got real quiet. I said, okay. I said, can you send me my contract with the tenant? Because I should have saved it, but I didn't. So he gonna send me some contract from 2019. I emailed somebody else there. I'm like, hey, can you give me my contract with this tenant? I don't got time to be farting around with you. I'm recording. It's okay. You come on in. I don't got time to be farting around. She gave me the contract. I contacted this one property management, got everything together. I said, I'm sending you the contract. Emailed the old one. I said, this is my 30-day termination notice. And he was so mad. I said, let me know if you want to collect August rent or not. He didn't. Oh, it's terminated right now. Okay, like I'm supposed to be hurt. You are not the only product in town. Technically, I could manage the property myself. I don't want to. As I just stated, I have my mother. I have a property. I have this going on. I have that. I don't want to deal with the day-to-day things of managing that property. I already got my own property here I got to manage with squirrels and chickens. I don't want to deal with it. And it's a protection for me. Having a property management company really protected me during the pandemic. Precious, what do you want to do? I said, just hold on. And I waited that tenant out. I waited it out. And then when all the moratoriums and stuff were lifted, I said, send them the eviction notice. That person had to come out of pocket almost $4,000. Oh, I didn't think that little bit of money. They was like, what do you mean? This is the rent. This is what you're contracted for. This is what you got to pay. He had to pay me back my legal fees. Had to pay me back everything. Everything. Because I did not want to be in court. So he paid me back everything. So get your things in order. Get your power of attorney, get your trust, get your wills, get your insurance, get your business in order. Even if you have a measly $20,000 policy, it's better than not having nothing. Get your stuff in order. And let's say you the big mama of the family, and you got 3-4 kids, and you know one of your kids is jacked up. Don't leave nothing to Pookie. You know what? Have some cash for him in an account. Said, Pookie, I'm leaving you $5,000. Leave the big business to the ones that's responsible. Don't leave it to Pookie. Don't leave it to the person who has always proven that they gonna use you up. You have to take the love in your heart out of the business transaction and use your mind. Like, God, I love my son so much. He was the most handsome son in the whole wide world. I'ma split it between y'all. Don't do that. Don't do that. I have a friend whose mother died, and his mother was smart enough to leave him in charge because his family was acting up, had a relative living in the mama house, didn't want to pay. Guess what? It was his house. Got that relative up out of there. You can't do that. Yes, I can. Mama left me in charge. Get out. He's fixed up that property, and now he has a rental property. His family couldn't say anything. If all of them would have been on that house, he would have had a hard time because they wanted to sell it. Mother's house was paid for. Take care of your business. Take care of your assets. Take care of it. Get you a trust. Get you an insurance policy so when you die, that insurance policy will pay off your house. Do what you got to do and put that insurance policy in your trust. Don't wait to the last minute. This poor woman has waited to the last minute, and now she can't even get a POA to take care of her husband because he's not lucid and he can't remember her. He can't remember her. You don't want to be out here in 100-degree heat because in California right now it's over 100 degrees every day, trying to do a car wash, trying to do a bake sale, trying to sell dinners to pay for somebody's funeral. Get your stuff in order. So that's what I wanted to say on this video. It's important. You may also be thinking, man, I don't have money. There are websites and legal vehicles where you can go online and get the documents yourself and maybe pay a fee of $19.99, $25.99, and then just pay a person like me to notarize it. You can do that. You can print. That's what that woman was doing. She was printing out a power of attorney. Don't wait till the last minute. And a notary is your legal witness. You want to do it when that person is 100% as much as possible in their right mind. Because now she can't do nothing unless he comes back. If he comes back, girl, call me. Call me right away. I'll get over there. I'll do what I got to do. But I'm not going to a hospital to have 3 witnesses. Somebody will do it. She'll find somebody to do it. I can't. I legally can't. He's not in his right mind. And according to the state of California, you use witnesses for these reasons, not because the person is not in their right mind. Everybody has free will, and he has the freedom to say who takes care of his business. If he's not in his right mind, he cannot legally sign the document and say, my wife needs to take over this. He right now, he's not even saying that's his wife. How do I know that she ain't some kind of nurse? And it happens in nursing homes, that she ain't some kind of nurse saying I'm his wife and come sign this and then take all his stuff. Take care of home. Take care of business. Okay? So as I always say, please find peace within yourself and please be peaceable with everyone around you. I love you all. Have a restful Saturday, and I hope this recording puts something on your mind to handle your business. I love you all. Bye.